about the bull fruit. On who ye to bear. We see Yanchun there. Eba.
Fancy Kakrana from Mexico.
And a ye betty bull fruits.
Smakum media already.
And a pa coconut.
Mamma la catching mammy, Namindia. And teaching mammy, Namindia.
Puff mix. I am fruit. I am mixing that. Dankasa. Do you hear the pure half? And pure water half. For mixing. Katasusi or 25 minutes. Let's ask your chick. And you go, Opeduduetua for 055-63-000-40. Coop's original buffroot puff mix. One bite is not enough.
FDA aji ejwadi nkra to yato.
About the bull fruit. On who ye to bear. We see Yanchun there. Eba.
Fancy Kakrana from Mexico.
And a ye betty buffroats.
Smakum media already.
And a pa coconut.
Mamma la catching mammy, Namindia. And teaching mammy, Namindia.
Puff mix. I am buffroot. I am mixing that. Dankasa. Do you hear the pure half? And pure water half. For mixing. Katasusi or 25 minutes. Let's ask your chick. And you go, Opeduduetua for 055-63-000-40. Coop's original buffroot puff mix. One bite is not enough.
FDA aji ejwadi nkra to yato.
Luminaries from very reputable legal firms here.
Today I've been caught on camera and I'm really meeting. Mumona Kwaba Friday night to do KOFI TV. How sister may a dough, may a tasty, may a sweet, oh yeah, Abba, the only sweet guy, Abba painkiller, Abba picanto. Abba Mohinzimpo, the only digital fine girl. Abba guy. Abba Benz. Abba Mini. Matt no fool. Me a dope one. Oh yeah, last week on Komayedina this week, Yaribana Yababo Chiodo. But answer Yaboko in Commoner than woman fa in check a simon from Mahana Boafo or ye puff buffruit. Puff buffruit echo igoma baby a benye biato or ye provision shop. One wash between tomatoes na do wakwan hunyina ebenya puff buffruit at all one ho. Oye dam shop na owo mfichiri ho monom nyina ehwa ebenya puff buffruit ni bi ato na bo onyedzen oye very affordable. Enye nyipa epe aboa na ediban pide no oye na anapa ukwana adokoko na buffruit na abomodina na top puff na acho na ede ehu wenum. Ehwa Friday night impono etum echo puff na edu huwenu men konkoto fufuri biala ugodo eyi onye original buffruit papa na oyede mma waye na odisukoko hono eyi tetezeni bi ifie zeni bi papa na nkasa puff baby ebo hu bibia bomozin na tobi. Last week na yere share about red flags in relationship, but then ambrenu sa inti yentum na yancover all the areas. In the yerbane ya botiodo, share red flags in the bedroom. Hanan sonum, or red flags when it comes to our in-laws, when it comes to our friends. Because yen to me war, yen to me relationship wa bra yenyi anyankofo. Nti nyankona elephant. se bibi wono ho a otochema a obotum wetia awowankasa wo values and your beliefs enyama okodo wo wa ware nyanko bi mpo wo nam no do ma worugu nde yerba ni ababo hwene nyina na again ma oka your very own sweet tasty delicious abagagai mo ho oye counselor DY Donkoh counselor Akwaba
Pacho yenia
why feel
Pacho also dama they say the ultimation by force
necessary
very important why you feel
medasi
until know you feel
thank you counselor answer na ye baban na me nyorizi nkomo about benyin ne mpam nkitamuzi
okay
mama yen limited to benyin mpam yen fa benyin na besi yen because it takes two to tango benyin enyen wo ho besi enyen wo ho in the bedroom everyman bija osiye eso ne ha osiye position eso nda meyenye doggy also am doggy de mempe mami nchie mutu na fa fa chire ha also am mempe amama za aye da ho na ma wonando nti no say nyinipa ne na 30 years nyina na da ho flat na ama wonando baby Adam can it be termed as a red flag
the can be chia KOFI TV ahwefo nyina awonso mo chia sex is very important matter we should talk about even before marriage.
Okay.
Now this generation has a problem I want there. We feel that when you talk about sex you are sinning against God. When you talk about sex before marriage it's not right. But the first thing we need to understand is that you cannot have sex without understanding.
Okay.
You cannot. So me warrior. Whilst we are dating, we should talk about sex. Why? Because we cannot have a proper, meaningful sex plan without talking about it. That's true. We need to plan it. We need to talk about it. We need to know what we want in sex and what we want to do in sex, so that should you don't know or you don't know at all, you enter into it and this guy tells you, "Be the baby, I be pay anal sex." Because you didn't talk about it whilst dating or courting, now you are caught up. And so you go like mempe, or one day was said no person pay. So now suddenly within a week, a month, a year to come, divorce. Everybody say nobody want to voice out because the woman feels ashamed talking about it. The man also feel ashamed talking about it. Say, "Sabi, no person find a year talk," but the wife is saying no, and the society by probably look at it in a different way. So therefore, we need to understand that sex is a subject whilst dating or courting, we talk about it. All right, so the Bible talks about fornication, that to fornicate is a sin. Good. The Bible talks about adultery, that is a sin. Good. But talking about it is not a sin.
It's not a sin.
You see, if you don't know who you are going to marry, you end up disappointing your emotions. So the problem with Africans is that most of us, we don't discuss sex, we don't talk about sex. So also, we don't talk about the plan and how many children we're going to have. So you see that right from the relationship, in courtship, we lack plan.
Yes.
It's because we don't talk about anything. Once soon I will catch and they say, "I am talking about my sex," they go like, "And you are a Christian." It's a sin. Yet we hide with hypocrisy and we fornicate in the bedroom in secret. So you see, so one thing you need to do is to talk about your sex life. And prana minum reaction at the saying, are you somebody who is addicted to sex? Yes or no? Okay, so how do you like your sex? We talk about it. Now we feed the ambuama. It's not something that is going to work. I go like, "Babe, I love you so much, but I think that this style you are talking about is one of the styles I hate. Anal sex, I hate it. Licking, I don't like it. Beach, I hate. Please don't. No. So if you say mean to me, I won't start. Or then we will not even enter into marriage for it to create a problem, because then it's going to be a red flag that me pay, but I won't pay. So somebody can be tempted when the person is highly matured, especially spiritual maturity as a Christian. Somebody who feels the person can be tempted to have sex somewhere because baby I will feel it bano. Ya be. When we say the way it's enjoyable, the way it is sweet, you know, to be raising my leg, turn it here, turn it there, give doggy. Wow, this is nice. Now maybe one day my husband tells me that the minimum the pa the cross used to see them now. Them like missionary. That one is the and that is all I know. That is all I know for the next 20 years of our lives. The minimum missionary. Oh, that one my I don't like liking. No, I don't like anything. Don't touch me. Don't hold me. Breast, you know how far breast. I dear minimum they say, yeah, but that one bra. How you die? Then the bedroom is going to become very boring. Even in marriage, we should talk about sex, even though we've known each other for some years.
Okay.
We should be able to discuss sex and talk about it.
So, Moko Shobido.
All right.
And I was on the show with this guy, Anawawar. Apparently, in fact, let me say this. Apparently, Oshe Aminawo, any episode.
Okay.
He was in a relationship. The relationship had been going on for a very long time.
Okay.
And also, you can't assemble more tona komado. And you know, that week, Nana big see on your relationship no, or breaking off.
All right.
And started a new relationship. A new relationship in about 6 months, no worry.
Wonderful.
And so worry we Nana, we happened to go meet on a show. And then the host asked about anal sex. And no, the host asked about threesome.
Okay.
And a foursome. That if I get married, nessa mukuni be someday, may mama ne threesome may ya. The guy was shocked at my answer because I said yes, and he was shocked. And see, when I saw the shock on his face, let me be standing there. At my age, supposing I get married now, at the young flat in age, and supposing I get married at the age of 40, and I will leave, my husband and I will live till the age of 95 years. That is 55 years
That's
to go.
right.
Do you think the bedroom will never get boring? The style a bien a basana in. Do you think it can carry the marriage through the next 55 years?
All right. Number one, you need to understand that in sex we explore, we adapt, we learn, we study,
Okay.
we read.
Okay.
I've said about 4 things.
I can.
Number two, you need to understand that marriage is more than sex. Yet sex is important.
Marriage is more than sex.
Yet
But
sex
no,
is important.
yeah.
Hey, there are many battles you meet in marriage. You can only solve and settle it amicably by sex.
Bodogi pepe bia.
It will take you time now to come out. Don't touch me, please. Don't dare touch me. Then you start you're like,
No,
I told you to stop it. I don't like that too. I don't like that too. You do it and get up. You do it, you know. So maybe, you know, then the atmosphere has changed. Even though sometimes about a stubborn, you know, sister, I don't care. No matter cry, I'm not nice with you. But you know, then it becomes as I grow.
Yeah.
You know, so sex is very important, though. But sex is not everything in marriage. If you happen to be dating, you realize that when you are courting, dating a low level. When you are courting, you realize that most of our generation, the youth, anytime they visit their boyfriend, it's about sex. So there are many people who tell you that in partnership or you're dating marriage. The reason is that you don't most often see your partner to spend quality time with him or her. I will say, Friday, you know, but that one a job because Saturday we are over so you don't have the whole week.
No. Hey, bathroom him, kitchen him, asar him, veranda,
you know, so
fridge,
so uncle,
aha,
me papa show me chono ye. No, uncle, fridge is a best shock him.
Air condition, baby, one more that's in a home on my.
But the truth is that I fun, you know,
it's fun
because in a woman Friday. So it's like what finish so much. So uncle Friday through Friday to Saturday, maybe about 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, depending on the strength of the man. So we are not encouraging that the youth should be doing that, but it is happening. So we are explaining what is happening on the ground.
On the ground, yes.
Let's be real and no fee.
We are real on this show.
Thank you. And that is my life. I'm very real. No. I'm not talking about religion here. I'm talking about the reality on the ground.
What is going on the ground?
It's happening. Now, you need to understand that I see you 24/7. The only time I don't see is when you go to work. So let's say I see you about 13 hours of my life.
Okay.
Now, 13 hours of my life. How many hours now did you carry? If you sing, I did dress it. Free and 8 hours. Ukani yina boma. Fanny said 12 hours. You spend it on yourself. Into your band beda. The only time I can spend it within 24 hours is about 4 hours. Listen, though. So let me start it well so that our viewers will understand. 24 hours in your media maying. Either 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours. Depending on time you close, you get home to finish whatever you are doing and then you go to bed. So let's assume you go to bed 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 hours. Ninyan. Ube gari baby, ube kwa juma 7. And so 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 hours is gone.
It's gone.
I got 12 hours. 12 hours, ube di ajumem. So you spend 6 hours.
6 hours.
Okay, how many hours? She said 9 plus 6, 15 hours 15 is gone.
Hours.
How many hours?
That's about 9 hours left.
Is that so? Are you sure?
Yeah.
9 hours left. Okay, 9 hours now because there are 24 hours,
24
right?
24 hours.
Hey, so 19 right? 20. No, I got 5 hours.
I got 5 hours.
I got 5. Sorry, I got 5. 5 hours. You know, the two of you have to spend it together. Now, these 5 hours. If you are to have sex or make love to your partner, watch 30 minutes. You can't exceed 1 hour.
Can't stay
1 hour, no bone drew. What we will drew. Okay, 1 hour or the wired. Your boy is champion. 1 hour. I can't many hours. I got 3 hours. So who say went to me and did 3 hours? Who did 1 hour? At time I cannot do so change the old D. Now the 3 hours, what are you going to do with it? So marriage is based on the relationship and friendship, not sex. So after sex, what next? That is why people can tell you that my husband is very active in sex, but I'm very bored. I'm not happy in the house. Or you're boring. Or you're boring because after sex, he has nothing to do with the wife or the husband.
If marriage is not based on sex, then it's not being say unya it's an inzini ya. Another bese no kuni inzini ya. Okay,
so I didn't say marriage and sex. Sex is not important in marriage. I said marriage is not all about sex. There is more than that. For example, this afternoon, a young lady called me at the age of 24, not breaking the virginity. On the guy, we had 84 years. Until 28. Now, recently, the lady came out and said, "Well, you're in university, almost 5 years, you are not getting a job. So maybe in nursing school, after you post him. So what I've decided to do is that we're not going to have sex. We're not breaking with virginity. You are the only man I know. But what I've decided to do with you is that let's look for something better to do with our lives. Get money, marry, and settle that." The guy said, if you stop giving me sex, I'm breaking up with you. And the lady said, fine. And for 1 week now, the guy hasn't called. The lady went to the guy's house. The guy told, "Oh, bana minyawada now bed. If you are coming here without sex, get back. I'm not interested in the relationship."
So that is a red flag.
So that's what I'm saying. Sex is not everything in marriage and relationship. So without it, imagine your wife gets pregnant 4 months, and the doctor says that the next 5 months adding up means it because complications go on one. Say you need bodwa, you say the best say, or the way your wife is looking, she's not healthy. Maybe in 5 months, as a good husband, a mature, sensible, brilliant, smart husband, what are you going to do? So if marriage is all about sex, then I'm sorry, the marriage is not important anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like you are saying, Bearman, any sex life, you're boring. And you're boring now, they should be able to read. So sex is a skill. Please, married people should understand. Sex is a skill. Communication is a skill. And this is Teteno. They have stories to tell.
Yeah.
They will go to the farm. They will, before Kasa, they were speaking in parables. They had a way to communicate. That is why one man can have 3 wives. Still, they are happy. Living together in sometimes one house. But in our days, it's not like that. So you should be somebody who's very readable person. And yes, I watch it. So sex is a whole job in marriage, a whole work in marriage that you should read about. You should have tapes you watch. I'm not talking about porno. There are sex tapes that educates.
Yes.
Not porno like porno one. Yeah, we have ones marriage counselors. Expert. You watch how to get orgasm, how to feel good, how to stimulate. Penetration.
Counselor, in this part of our world.
Yeah.
Se benyine bemifi. No bottle. Baby wafa me TV remote or check his channels na ze na we hu. There a more hormone how to give a BJ. How to give doggy, how to obtain orgasm. Oh, the minimum ya wa conclude assay.
Saying.
Assay. No, I mean as somebody who hosts a sex show, more can about quote easy.
All right.
People draw that conclusion or try there assay.
Yeah. What is will be our say?
One not like why the air too exposed. Say.
I think personally, from what I said, when we say somebody is exposed, it means that the person has knowledge of that scale. When you I don't know how it looks like, how it is. The fact that I know about science doesn't make me a doctor.
Okay.
The fact that I know Bible doesn't make me a pastor.
Okay.
The fact that I know something about a car doesn't make me a mechanic.
A mechanic. Okay.
The fact that I can read something about politics does not make me a politician. Understand this? The fact that I can see something about you doesn't make me a prophet of God.
That's true.
Because it can be a gift or talent. Now, for me to talk about sex doesn't mean some aside. I know people who can really talk about food, but when you serve them food, they will eat a little and leave it. But the word about the John, Charlie, me they be paid the Charlie for but 7 hours. So this is all you can eat. And the way they talk, there are people who can talk about sex, especially some of the men. Charlie, maybe you're crazy, or maybe you friend, maybe you're good. Be good. I'm talking about some people. Be good. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, Holy Ghost fire. So, like I'm saying, in the way, sense of humor. But we be to me just sections are only the compare. They do nothing. They go like cratchy. It took us a baby. Do to be a so the fact that you talk about it doesn't just mean that onipana say. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Anyway, you call them na me ya woba na me ya bema. Now if I'm able to explore between your kama, I'm on to on sign over. Now that is your first time. What shall be or you good? To be good in sex is not how many hours. To be good in sex is knowing what to do on bed.
On bed. Counselor, answer ni able move ako in-laws na anyanko forward.
All right.
Say the reality on the ground is them.
Today we are talking about reality.
No sex before marriage means you want an hour. People tramela mtahem pomele minjin de mutumaye.
All right.
Muntu shua. Man try and shay. Na se menzi na mdo after wedding na mdo kwa na kwatu no nshala.
All right.
Na mdo try deliverance anade.
Okay.
Me bed.
Okay.
But then mampere bibi say me share benyin. Ya sha si yedi ye ho. But performance no on shenwa. Odzo boda her. Odzo boda her. Is it a reason? Do they jani pana?
First of all, if it will happen, and it has happened, personally, if you are genuinely in love with the person, now if you there, okay, yes, yada, me wadem, and obe wademia. Why don't you seek for help for him? You can't just leave him like that.
No, but no, let them not talk about help.
You'll be an him, but to your surprise.
Let me explain something.
Let me explain something to you to shock you. Ben maybe can be very active on a particular woman and think that he's the king of a jungle. He meets another lady and it's like, I'm useless. Hey! It means that that woman is very smart, probably very strong, and very sexually active than the man. But Bakuna no one there. Because hey, you're too good, papa. Like, you know, so see, Obebia the experience any level. Okay. Or very active, very smart, very sensual. You the man will look like you don't know anything. And what you say, Bear Macron is not sexually active. Nevertheless, say what don't know someone. Now if you say sexual when you're that active, help. Because you see, you can go for somebody who is sexually active, satisfy you very well by the food. Also somebody who does not really satisfy you that much, but very wise, responsible, sensible, and a good man. So then, which one are you going to choose?
Counselor,
no, Counselor, but see, we can't crash it.
Counselor,
oh, me can't say we buy it. Me can't say we
Counselor, the shape benyine pa, kwatino also. Ehun kwatina na waranke sompo kwanado. Me benyine for kwatin for retwe mo, the retwe mo pa to pompo nyimugu. Money ma to put bonus no 1 2 3 you're not one but counselor oh
when you person how and then person how be keke
actually when you attempted to ask
you want to ask is it what
all
I'm coming
there we are
meba yeah
counselor
meba
cause hold on counselor don't the vote to no counselor
no yet to be for don't to
counselor besia ovulate pan etwe wa for no bon tokum why ne bona na adwunu mu no wa
be be pay interview
why na adwunu ne wa
I answer you
oh counselor asem na catch why get na adwunu mu wa for plan e bia ndoba mamu wa atafre atwa no mu obo mamu doggy obo be yemi day ma chie mu hu day ma sintwi kakra meyede na be de ya ala osa abada ho na wa ama wonando na crucify me by 3 minutes 4 minutes your bed aba ammenum wa ato enwa o de me bana ammenum ato e onye godly
but obitie me
yes
even in marriage it is not every day you can satisfy your wife.
Oh, so no nyim performance counselor. The man say me home.
You don't want me to talk.
The man say no home counselor.
And you don't want me to talk.
I want you to talk. But better task counselor. I say me home. Dem bother your no counselor how you know.
Patro me to yakasa.
Patro kasa.
Mark, I have you. All right, so let's go. Sebema, the bema munyedin, and I more din, but he cannot perform well. A good woman will help the man. You can support the gentleman to be on it. Say, you are no mundrowi, if you are the sugar dodo, or no drinks dodo, libido down. We can support and help. So you can't just look at and say, Onyadi Subejano. So you our dear person and one.
It is a number quite so honesa. The Mabanes will be no quarter counselor.
Okay. Ujano. Now,
Counselor Chen.
You are going to meet another man.
All Banoy virgin, baby, or one. No, the other body, or
then I became
don't show you that.
Maybe I'm the honor and yo. Or honor a champion.
Why Banoy, you are so the baby clicking the wire.
Your sir, but Obana was is so active. The Okohua, Obana your moyen, and ma Jack, unto Tina make us a buano.
To be said, shaking nutrient cacao, or
baby, I know how crazy they are. You know what I'm talking about.
When you go home and when you do the my raw water line and a maba.
It don't know him. Oh,
young co.
Young can.
Today, a born new one.
Definitely. We be draw her. kope bi man no mpe entini ndie bi no nom na but don't say we jan because ujana whoever you go look for e be no do sexually active but crazy in mind
na kanza one of pekoto ye adwuma yi
nti boare ne enye adwuma
na baby ofu ben nti na wan bo no ho
there be ho na ye adwuma
what if no ye adwuma ho
if no ye adwuma ba ko na ntumi
kanza koto ye adwuma ye ni you see ye wo and the one ye wo counselor
in-laws.
Counselor
in-laws. All right. So for me, when you meet a man who's not sexually active, help.
We should help.
Yes, please.
But counselors won't help.
Because whoever you are going to meet, don't just look at sexual activeness to marry a man.
Because I'm here, I'm trying to follow Chinese man help.
Bema for na akofano one show yi ono very good in sex but umbua I mean emotionally thank you so why don't you go for the one on check down your but anya but the moon
counselor in-laws.
Oh God.
In-laws be maame na papa for.
All right.
Honam ba war. Woko mo family wo fie na wo kasere hona. Na in-law o she na bana na ye no ho bedroom.
Okay.
Onanam ho. Kitchen a waaja abodo. In-law TV remote waaja abodo. Maame no entum awo eye no entum nkasa. Ekasa ikunu no conclusion ye empema maame na asam vice versa besia na maame aba benyin luko adwuma abobo no baba besia na maame wo she bedroom wada ikun na yire hwana mpado e wona wole bonkomo na besia le bubo nukun na atar no le bubo nukun no supporter no you supporter kru no approve man na waka emikunu de ona e bubo no dross na day no peno no le kire. Counselor, is it right?
Totally wrong. So let's talk about why. You know, say in this part of the world where we are, in Ghana, especially Africa, you are not just married to the wife or the husband. You are also married to the family.
Okay.
Okay. Inti me wadewa, ma wadewo mahame, ma wadewo papa, ma wade unyam mema. Now here when we talk about in-laws, we are not only talking about obade papa ni mami.
Okay.
Bema ni papa ni mami. They are not the only in-laws you have. Wo niyam mani mema, mi niyam mani mema. They are all part of the in-law. So ewa. Now you need to understand that onwade now you're singular. Your family loves you so much. Obu wani papa doni pa, obu wani mami doni pa. Now, at the point when you make the decision to leave the house or you want to marry her, you need to understand that physically, because of that attachment, that closeness, the love and the bond, sometimes it's not easy for your in-laws to let you go just like that. When I say just like that, physically, humanly, you will go. But emotionally, most of them are still connected. Now, this is what I want to say. So oba me be wade no wantumi ne me maame ne me papa antren ya eto de bia wade ni mu nsam doso be ma wo be wade no wantumi ne papa ne maame antren yi ene ni nuanom antren ya sometimes you don't enjoy the marriage to the fullness nti awade ne de oba wade but when inje because you are not in good terms with them because you feel like they are stepping into your privacy. Now, first thing you need to think about has to do with something I call separation. Ekwanya faso a bema ene woba efri neja ene na ho is very important to me. So parents must understand that your son or your daughter has automatically separated himself from your authority. I'm coming to explain that. When I say authority, it doesn't mean that Oma disown you. Whatever you say doesn't matter, but it means that they are not under your care anymore. Now they are of their own. Now they have to live their lives. So now you need to understand that Gababa. Team. Can two people work together except they agree? Once we become a team and we are married, we are the one to decide how our family runs. It with the teamwork we have, We decide who visits us as when, and who goes out as when.
Councillor Munchawano.
All right.
But in our part of the world, social media especially,
okay,
now there is an issue concerning binyin na year, na binyin na mami, and I besia na mami, na besia nukun. That is when you will hear, my mami, on no womb. My wife cannot take the place of my mother. My mother is my mother. Now my mother, who is my wife? My wife doesn't have a say. Now my mother. So if we have these kind of people dominating our society, ebe done na kadamu kuni oya my mother. Onyumbe decided there. This is how we are running the home. Mama is not allowed here. Munwei is not allowed here. How would that be possible?
How can you be that of age, 30 years, 40 years? Here is low. I'm not saying hate your mother, love your mother. But any man who is a married man and still quote the mother than the wife, you are not matured. Emotionally, you are not there. You were not supposed to become a husband. You were supposed to remain a boy.
Wow.
When we didn't come out, say, I said, we can't send them because I'm name my kind. Now, mamma made an argument. Mamma can say, Mamma, me took one sign. I'm not ready to go. We say, baby, I think that when you do that project, it's going to help us. And baby, I've spoken to you about. I say, I'm not and I'm going to be mom, say me jai. One what they know, papa.
There are a lot of men.
I'm telling you, not doing sir. Unya be masi na what problem as a woman. You will struggle the rest of your life as a woman.
In review, which we read this story be about your
okay.
But Eric Benyon is Bessiana's income.
Okay.
We read this story be Bessiana war on you kun no yanate. I say every year, or you 1 month, 4 months, on Bessiano, or you 1 months within the year. Orchestra na mama can spend the time with na mama for 1 whole month. In your nukunuko.
Okay.
O Jennifer wo na wa katsana wo.
Okay.
This is a woman. Is it also wrong?
All right. So it is yes and no. One baby aminuti, we were not there. Number one, the decision of I'm going to spend a whole year, which is 12 months. I'm going to spend with my mother. It's a decision between a wife and a husband.
No, in this case, the man was not in support of it, but now onto manka inti ikuna na mame no frɛ girl no the ombre fie no mbɔhwɛ no kun.
What is the essence of becoming a head of a house when you can't make a decision and talk? When it comes to the decision of a man, you don't enforce it on a woman. By submission, you suggest.
Okay.
Enti meyere no wa now you decide say you want to go and visit your mother for 1 month by leaving me alone. We sit as a husband and a wife and we talk about it. Babe, when we say Afibia become our, but this year so percent October make say babe, 1 month is too much. I think 1 week is okay. Or 3 days is okay. Because who's going to take care of the kids and help us raise the kids and this and that. If you answer, you need house girl. So we talk about it, and then my wife goes like, okay, then let me go and spend 3 days. In that sense, some men are so good that even if you, the wife, you don't want to go, your husband can tell you that Ajua, next week, Friday and Saturday and Sunday, we go and visit your mother because he hunache. And sometimes the wife can even go like, no, my brothers, no, we are all going. So the decision of the wife and the husband. Nevertheless, if the man says that your back can be an guarantee, your back can be an no country, it means that this wife does not want to submit and does not respect. You are creating a problem for your marriage. If you don't take care, you are just waiting for divorce. Another woman can take the place of your position.
But what about Asona?
Okay.
Doesn't Asona Yama Mammy see anything wrong with the fact that me Jamukuno 1 month train? Number cuts non for that whole 1 month.
And so it depends on the kind of woman or man. We in-law.
Okay.
There are some in-laws who are also not matured in terms of welcoming their daughter and son. And teaching so far with your if I had a problem with you, Now for your man your parents can tell you go back, we will come. Ko I'll go send you now. Just go there, go and stay with us. We are coming. Or they will not allow you to stay in the house. Hello, me bana bawai awade na yagunu ontimi biem.
Okay.
So it depends on who is your in-law, how mature they are. That they will not listen to one side to judge an issue. They want to really come to the husband and find out then the buyer ya baba or fan in your man. So then I'm saying that as so if they fear God and they understand what marriage is all about, I still can call the daughter and say, 1 month don't come here again like that. We wait to me by weekends and a day or two. Catch the hook and I'm a mean fro and I'm say, may I will be a and I'm a feel. Tell your mom best rame Friday this Saturday. Now by Sunday the Nwaba. This is a good in-law who is very matured and understand what marriage is all about. That a mirror be beya kwedie or ya media and so nya media. Wa beya obi nso ejapade. E busua foforo and wo fiase. So it depends on who is your in-law and how smart they are. Other than that, you're going to have a problem with your marriage. You will never enjoy it. Na ye dan na oba maame the bebe fee when there is a wife. And then the in-law, the man's mother, who happens to be an in-law to the woman, decide that or be that bedroom, the bad boy and the da.
Or be single room, partners what into single room put it. Say my phone basra. So or you been in the way actually if him panodo na asona na besiano.
Wrong. You shouldn't allow your mother or your father to visit you when it's a single room. No way. See, when we entertain divorce will welcome us.
That's a single room, mama.
Single room means that you don't have enough and you need to have your privacy. So you can speak to them and visit them, the two of you. Why would you want to welcome your mother as a man to one single room? How do you cope with your wife? Then this in-law woman comes and see the nakedness of the family. Sesike no median the basa and to kwanketenkete no argument we disagree so she will come and see everything and put me when I was about to get married. Listen, I had stayed with my mother for 14 years of my life. 14 years because me papa we na bisa and I me ba Accra and later me ba Accra me ba Accra no I came to stay with a man of God.
Okay.
Because I was a keyboardist and a drummer.
Okay. Listen
to this. I'm talking about this in-law thing. Fast forward. The short time is after staying with the pastor, I went to rent my place. Menyini. You know, certain maybe about 26, 27 there about Menyini. So at the point I've made up my mind, say me worry. Me mama, every place I go to rent, I'm supposed to rent 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom because my mother stays with me. Into no quantity privacy, I get my privacy. So most of the houses I rented, I have a master bedroom. She has a master bedroom. If she doesn't have a master bedroom, it should be 2 rooms with 1 washroom. You know what I'm talking about? And that is what I did for 14 years for my mother, or with my mother, or for myself, because it's a blessing to take off your mother. Anyway, when I made up my mind to marry, I realized that anytime my fiancé visited me, I saw a little bit conflict. Conflict, and it wasn't verbal abuse, fighting, but I realized that when she's cooking or she's doing something, or she wants to clean up, or she wants to go here, or she wants to do that, my mother keeps crossing. She's crossing not because my mother didn't like her, because she also wants to do something. For example, maybe I know for herself. Naturally, I'm a person who doesn't eat that much. I can live the whole day and eat once.
Okay.
Either in town or somewhere, I don't focus on food. I can even eat bread and vitamin. I can live the whole day.
Okay.
That is my life.
Okay.
I wonder why I'm like this. Anyway, so I realize that sometimes there's a crash. Maybe a kitchen. My mother is cooking. Oninching because of BP in your man, your baby. Oninching. At a certain stage and age, they take oninching on the sugar way. But I realize that whenever sometimes she doesn't cook, and then the lady visits me and she comes to cook, my mother wishes she will eat. And then the lady will go like, uninching to me now. Then maybe my mother comes to complain and say, hey, you papa or maybe an okra mame. So uninching or think away the medi. Why you like that? Uninching. See, and age, you know, when they are aging, they become very complicated, very difficult to handle. If you don't apply wisdom, you can have a problem with your own mother or father. So at the point I realized that age matters. monoposin issues here and there. Because undi moko, undi way, but also obedi. So me even little one say no. Me diagram me to me worry. Any lady who comes, my mother is going to have a problem not because she has a problem with the girl. My mother has a problem with the ladies in a way because she loves me. I've stayed with her for 14 years. Now anybody who comes, my mother cannot just look at herself losing me. The love, the bond.
Is it a loss?
It's not a loss, but I'll explain. The love for living together for 14 years. Don't try this bond. It's strong. A mother and a son. We've moved all around.
Living. A son.
I'm coming. The bond. Hey, you have a son. So imagine you meet a man who loves you so much and tell you that, you know what? I love you. I want to stay with you. Push your son away. So that's what I'm talking about. So you see the bond. So when I was getting married,
no, I get the bond, but
so I'm talking about in-law.
Okay.
So when I was getting married, about to rather get married at a point, the education so serious one about maybe So I made a decision at a point. I said, okay, why don't I get a place for my mother?
Okay,
relocate from where I am. Instead of 3-4 bedroom flats, now I am going for probably 2-bedroom flats. So that me wadia I am me or house help or whoever. But my mother, no. Her mother, no. My father, the papa cried okay baby. Maybe or not the papa no. So that we can have our privacy. And I did exactly that. Does it mean I hate my mother? I never loved my mother. No! But to be able to have peace. And my mother was very mature to understand that we start to a bravo. So you need to be alone. At this time, I can't cook for you again as a mother. Because they say, you know, when you're about, so my mother understood me. I rented for her and she left. And then I started enjoying my life as a married man. So it depends on who is your in-law. Other than that, you're going to have a problem.
Counselor, Obi Awar.
All right.
Busumi biala. Ida besiano nebusiafo. Another benyin nebusiafo. Bayan crop for bear 3. Bayan crop for bear 6. No we bugu. Wofie ho yemfa na menye wa
yeah
bosomo swen another 3 months oh school for work of vacation na mebusuafo wa ahye wo ho nkrofo be 6 7 8 na we bogu here do we yefie wogu ha for the duration of the vacation into on a vacation so long back than no yefie de or send that when we select blasters players would yefie. Is it right? If it is not right, how do you handle assault to them?
It's not a blessing. Nyame shrami enough. Listen, viewers, please. Is it not a blessing? Nyame shrami enough. Now between me uncle ba, mimi nyama, me chirima, you know all these people. Ti omoma ko indi part time betran fee, and I can afford by feeding all of them. It's not a blessing. It's a blessing. But one day, see everything I'm saying is my life. So I have a practical example. One day I went to town. I drove home. Bidu fie na me bra bi di nachi. Ne ma free odo ma ba fie. Omo be ye ya omo bi di holidays. To one day omo buy then they said your brother. So I said me bra. So I told my mother, I said call my brother to come and take his sons away. My mother never understood. I said call my brother. This is life. See, we are live, so I'm telling you my real life story. Yeah, me when I'm answering questions, I have gone through, so I know what I'm saying. So I told my mother, from me brother, so me fan and man and go. And then my mother said, "Oh, Nana, man, yes, I from Nana said, man, yes, sir. You bet me a show, but I know me. I know you can do it. You are even people who are not close to you, you should be. So what? Then I said, that is not the problem. Tell my brother to call me before he bring the sons to my house. He shouldn't just carry them and bring them. At that point, he doesn't know the atmosphere, whether me will be, me need be, what will happen. So I told my mother, 24 hours, friend, number form. So they came to take them. So I told them, Bokwa, catch them, it is not pride, it is my privacy, my domain, my palace. You don't invade and come anyhow. You need to make a call and seek my permission before you come. And that is what an African man will tell you, or African people will tell you that your pride, who you too know. No, we must respect privacy. If you want to visit your own friend, you have to seek their permission. Other than that, even the door will not be open for you.
Will not be open for you.
But the Kurumaya, hey, Abba, what's it then? Oh, I be trouble, me trouble. Me trouble, me say, oh, wow, me trouble, me say, me find a match, and my say, be beer, boko, and say, be the so, wow, I'm actually, what surprise was, when me trouble, say, mammy, baby, I win, baby, I made you over there, me oboko. When I was dating, I remember my fiancée. Today, my wife wanted to visit me. No, she visited me. When she knocked up on when I'm sharing them, I'm saying, today is your first and last. Whenever you want to visit me, my fiancée, then today, whenever you want to visit me, call me before you come. She was surprised. I wasn't doing anything. But I wanted her to understand that this is my privacy until you marry me. You don't just come to my house anyhow. Number one.
Oh.
Number two. I'm telling you, I told her. You don't just come to my house like, Baba, I didn't tell me you're my fiancé. Fiancé, so what? You call me to tell me you are coming before you come. I should have my privacy, but there should not be any secrecy. So the fact that you are my fiancé doesn't mean you can just bang bra and come anyhow. One day we went to a funeral in my hometown. Then my fiancé, today my wife. So, and then when we got back to Accra, it was late. It was around 11:12. Them time now me take car so American house very far. So when I got down from the car, she got down. I didn't talk. She followed me. So at the point, the seafood road to me, I wasn't driving there. Now I'm saying I will call. No, somebody call her. Adiasa, me to me in KOFI ACC. She come and somebody call Nando Pamako. So I told her no, find a way and go home. She sat outside. I entered into my room. I locked the room. She's watching. I locked the room. I called the mother. I told the mother. I said, "Obano, yekweyi." I say, "Adiasa, baby, I remember telling you you soon dangerous than no baby. I watch it. I will ACC. Tim otiabontin. Ti from Obano catch and say, "Onko fi never them and no wonder." Woo! So the mother was like, "Nyamishra what? Nyamishra. Why are the pop? So I'm a bano me ba. Oh, boy.
Councillor can make jaw.
Oh, and no, I'm coming to say something. No. See the problems you have. See the problems our ladies they have. No. So they no. Or you're poisonous.
It is all one of a cabin. Castle minimum home. American down.
I hold your actual water forest. Listen, Abagagai. The problem we have, I like the way you're defending. The problem we have in our generation is that we don't know the difference between privacy and secrecy. That when you propose to a woman, they want to invade your privacy at once by force, and they can walk to you and tell you that in your baby, but hold on and be picking back why. Hey! Mopeki oya lady adaya some who need date it me peki send your baby tam bia o mechi me about hey
can say me so okay because me so okay we so be some key it's okay
but you know that is what is happening the normal way. People think that if you can give me your key then I trust you. It means I am the only one. If you don't give me the key then you are doing something. Where from all this rubbish? Our fathers were not doing that. They respected themselves so much that most often, about the age of 30, still not a virgin.
That's true.
And that is why they were able to keep some of them their marriages for 30 years, 50 years, 80 years, 70 years. You 2 months in a I tell you, 3 months in a because we lack discipline. I can even tell my father, mother to go and see your parents. So before we meet, yeah, now you buy for you. But then they tell me Anka Sauna now, Bubu Ashimisumo no Malava. It's Yesia, and the whole guy from you. Yanine Baku break Baku Hata. Now the Wakuma, not yes, Bush, not Miss Matthias. You know, so it's like there is no discipline among the youth. She left, went back home, and when she go home, she called, we spoke. And I told her, no, I don't play games like that. And she trusted me. I'm coming.
Or the credit of row.
Of course, yes. No, she understood. No, she understood.
Matasum Pamon from.
You can remember the same Kabijame.
Matasum Pamon.
Because that time is not getting in your papa and then it tells me that you are not a disciplined young lady. So, no. Why somebody to me you decided to say and I don't better me ho.
Incident na wo so ye do because education answer.
Na say be sin man kase sibi.
Answer na eba man.
I know say you are going home.
Incident na.
Ya man ka na nyame de trotro.
Inti esa na me se na bichi. American down a man answer na akwa American down. Missy minyim ho.
No problem.
Answer na akwa American down. Denti na ehwe mama money.
I wanted to know what you have to and understand why you go down from the car, of course.
My boy, it's American house.
No, it's highly possible. It's highly possible, sir. I'm a guy. Open so kujame. It's highly possible, sir. Pede kujam. Pede kujam. It's what kujam yes me fear. Go fear.
Council to bala. I'm.
It's who kujam boy da. Who kujam boy da.
I'm gajo.
Huh?
I'm yaba. Gajo.
True boy.
Mada.
True boy.
Wow. Yeah, time now.
Hey, say
time now. So what kind of time now? So I'm check time. No, I'm more. Because I'm out for enjoy a conversation. In fact, the issue about privacy is very important. They be a catch uncle for.
We'll talk about it.
Send me fee. Na I'm from. Na about to them I'm not available.
Thank you. You see, so you know what to do, right? You are just listen. You are my fiancé. I understand that. But I have to be afraid. Preach cannot take what. Be afraid.
Unfortunately,
your problem.
Unfortunately, I say but and unfortunately, we are seeing Benin be a mafia be Benin all about fi omfrau. It's a hormone ma call na. I'm at your gate. Opening. So
you see, until today, I'm a pastor.
This is because
my church.
I'm a pastor about to make gate now when. And yet the man.
Come about. But it's wrong. It's wrong. People should not invade your privacy. Like until today, I'm a pastor now, a reverend minister by the grace of God now.
Amen.
The church and they are not up to 5. It's in my life.
That is good.
That's my privacy. That is my family. I have a personal life. I need to build my family. Nobody come to wash. Nobody come to iron. Nobody come to fetch water for me.
I think somewhere last 2 years them food poison issue no. It was, I remember the day very well, 20th October. I went through a food poison issue and there was one of my friend when I remember my friend Brasifa. Okay. But this was around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And most of the people sleeping. On the credit, wada no phone so sound silence crash and come. And when I put it on Facebook that I needed help, the problem with the whoever was coming to help me was one only me fee. Who knew my house? So that was when I decided at least
there should be somebody
who knows my house.
The person should know, but should understand privacy.
But too. On the market, I'm in privacy. My friends are good. A China Saturday, I will be with you. Be a mini home. My time also Friday night. Counselor, that's Papa first way so here and send my media bro. You don't want to papa or my production team. Me do BBBR say Ernest or your Panta Paco Mark Joseph Brasi Fahwini Bobo and an executive producer Kofi Adoma Wawenyi Asisi Alawa fall in love. No to no she does been him no your call or don't or she has catch me in your in I account in a Friday night yes Abraham counselor no book Redflags or Harmonum Oninyi Bomodzenara Nenyibi Ansana Ebo Warno what red flags are. In you may be a woman more beginning ye one say, oh, Pemo, nets no woofy and a benina bushwa by force young party. Eh, another madden or ye numpo no ye madono, or ban or what chum and pedamu compound watch a system for or a red flag, or don't you for to name when you order. Watch a lot 3 months, the man no but 2 in your do. Bomazana red flag books nibi, no bomazan, na can, no relationship na it's nemen. They say, ek bomazana neck I do. Ebushana de ebasro. Yame adoma Friday. Yebaseni yeshia. Have a beautiful night. Ne make sure that nothing. Ebedzu hum. Edzu husha. Mo humbra. Have a good night.
about the bull fruit. On who ye to bear. We see Yanchun there. Eba.
Fancy kakra na fam mix.
And a ye betty buffaloes.
Smakum maybe I ready.
And a pakokone.
Mammy alata chimamie na mindie. Auntie chimamie na mindie.
Puff mix. Aye, buffalo, I am mixing that. Dankasa. Do you hear the pure? Pure water half. For mixing. Katasusi or 25 minutes. Let's ask Yachi. And Yakojo. Opeduduetua for 055-63-000-40. Coop's original buffalo puff mix. One bite is not enough.
FDA aji edwadi nkra to yato.